So I'm pretty sure we all remember who Mr. Rogers was, right? But did he actually start this movement?
Now, what's the second verse?
Boys are boys from the beginning. Girls are girls right from the start. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine, your body's fancy, and so is mine. Because sometimes children think that they might change. They might have to change after a while. And, we laugh about that now. But it's because we had that concern when we were little.
Yeah, because you're really not sure, and you thought maybe you'd become a girl, or a girl would become a boy, right?
Exactly.
Imagine if I'm right and Mr. Rogers is the actual founder of the LGBTQ movement and we never knew it. We just thought it appeared out of nowhere, but it's been going on and brewing since the days of Johnny Carson, when Mr. Rogers was a daily occurrence on television. That just blew my mind when I saw that, so I had to share it. But this video is not solely based on Mr. Rogers. It's about women, transgender women, who think that they've worked harder to be a woman and do more work to be a woman than actual women do. Now, I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I don't want to know what it's like to be a woman, and I'm sure it's difficult. But transgender women think that they know it all, and they have done the work. They've put in the miles, if you will, to become women, and biological women have no idea what they're talking about.
To be honest with you guys, I am fucking tired of TERFs making a mockery of real women. Oh, what? You were born with ovaries? You bleed every month? You have XX chromosomes? Yeah, that's cute. Tell me what other external factor that doesn't apply to all of you defines you. At the end of the day, you're out here thinking that trans women are making a mockery of you when it's the exact opposite. You are pretending that you know that you are a woman when the only people here who know that for sure are the ones who have put in the work to understand themselves. The trans women. You have put zero work into actually understanding yourself. You are only a woman because everybody else around you looked at these same external factors that you look at and said, seems like woman behavior to me. And you went, all right. The only person making a mockery of womanhood is you, because you do not fully understand what makes you a woman. Stop harassing trans women. I don't even identify as a woman, and I'm more of a woman than you. It's okay to be scared of cishet men, but don't take it out on people who aren't even a fucking threat.
Okay, so that misunderstood creature really believes that she, I'm not sure what it is, but they know that trans women have done the work to know what it's like to be a woman. And it doesn't matter that biological women are born with ovaries, they bleed every month, and they have XX chromosomes. That doesn't make them better, and that doesn't make them women. In fact, she said, what else defines you other than the biological factors that makes you a woman? But that person will want you to believe that just because men say they're women, they do all the work. What work? What do they go on YouTube and look for videos on how to put makeup on? Or go shopping for lingerie and shoes? What are they doing besides making a mockery of womanhood? It's absolutely unbelievable that I continue to see this every single day. People like that poor mentally ill soul who believes that trans women do more and feel more like a woman than a biological woman. Well, next I want to introduce you to Amber Mum, who's a excited and happy transgender woman. And he traveled a long way to appear before a committee meeting, I believe it's in Minnesota, to talk about some legislation. So have a look at Amber Mum.
My name is Amber Mum. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a member of the St. Cloud Hive of the Parents and Allies of Trans Youth, the Transgender Movement for Liberation, and a member of the Tea Time Support Group run by the Aliveness Project. I am also a proud transgender woman, but more importantly, I am the mother of 2 wonderful transgender and gender expansive children. I drove down from St. Cloud to show my support for House File 146 and thank Representative Finke for introducing such an important and life-saving bill to protect trans children and their families at such a critical time for us. As you may be aware, there's a torrent of damaging, ill-informed, and outright malicious legislation being introduced across the country, targeting transgender and gender expansive people broadly, but trans children in particular.
And that's Amber. Amber is a proud transgender woman, and he's the mother of 2 children, transgender and gender expansive. Now, that's one term that I haven't heard yet, gender expansive. What exactly does that mean? I don't know. If you know, drop me a comment. But Amber is before that council meeting or legislature, whatever it is, to basically support a bill that would not punish parents or physicians who want to get their kids gender affirming care. Because after all, Amber said it's life-saving care that trans kids need, especially his transgender and trans expansive children. I don't know why there are so many of these people, or what just one day they decided, I'm going to become a woman because, why? Because no one pays attention to me? Because I have no friends? What is it? What is the reason that makes these, other than mental illness, what is the reason that makes these people do this? What this Amber person is doing is basically pushing this gender shit on his children. Do you think his children know that they're called transgender or gender expansive? What is going on? And why is no one trying to save the children? How many times do I have to talk about it? Or how many times do level-headed people have to talk about it? They allow this, excuse me, this person to come out and say, yeah, my kids are trans just like me. That should be illegal. It should be against the law for parents to do that to their children. I've talked about this 100 times, and I'll continue to talk about it because it's everywhere. Now, we can't blame Mr. Rogers because he's dead. You can maybe point the finger and say, yeah, years ago, Mr. Rogers started this shit, but now we're just picking up where he left off. But it's just not sane, normal behavior. Because quite frankly, if I ever came face to face with Amber, I would think nothing other than, look at this dude wearing makeup. Not one thing about that person looks like a woman. Not the pink clothing, not the hair, and certainly not the makeup. That's a dude dressed in women's clothes who is hell-bent on destroying his children, wanting to get them the life-saving, gender-affirming care that they need. That person should be locked up and given a serious mental health evaluation. The video before that clip, that person should be given a serious mental health evaluation, thinking that men who say they're women do more work and have put in more work than actual women. And just because they have ovaries and bleed doesn't make them better than a trans woman. Yeah, it does, because the women who have ovaries and bleed are the women who can have children. All the dudes wearing women's clothes cannot. This behavior is continuing to get worse and worse. And legislatures and politicians They got to be all Democrats because they're the only ones that I can see who are going along with this trash. I don't care what Amber does to himself. I do care what happens to his children because he's going to destroy their lives and destroy their bodies for the rest of their lives if they get their life-saving, gender-affirming care that they need. This needs to be stopped, and politicians need to cut the cord from these people and say it like it is. You know you cannot be a woman, but if you want to, you will wait till you're a legal adult, 18 or older, and to me, that's even too young. But they need to wait till they are considered a legal adult before they do any of this trash. And I've said this before, and I'll say it one more time. Any doctor who is doing this to a child needs to have their license revoked, and they too need a mental health evaluation for making these people believe that they can turn their son into a woman by cutting off his penis and building a vagina for him, or they can turn a boy into a girl. They can turn a girl into a boy by removing her breasts. It's unbelievable that this is still going on, and it's on and on and on, and it needs to stop. And I just wanted to share that with you, mainly because of the Mr. Rogers thing, but then I saw Amber, so I really had to get that out there to you. And that's it, and that's my opinion. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell. Share this video with someone. I'd appreciate that. I hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day.